first game nearly failed.
Nothing will go wrong.
The year before we shipped Half-Life 1, people in the company looked at what we had and said, this isn't good enough.
We made some pretty big mistakes.
And their second was stolen right out of their own offices.
At the time, it was shocking.
That was a dark day for us at Valve.
I had people in the company coming to me and saying, are we going to go out of business?
But they took the world of gaming to the next level.
It's just amazing now what we can do. It was more than just a video game.
It's more and more possible for more people to look at games as not just entertainment, but an art form.
This is the amazing story of Valve and Half-Life.
Wake up and smell the ashes.
In the time before YouTube, this is how you learned about games, watching documentaries on G4. Anyway, good evening, guys. Hope you all had a good work week. It was a 6-week haul for me, so that wasn't any fun. Usually when I have 6-week hauls, I tend to pick games that I enjoy, but this week I decided to play Half-Life for whatever reason. This game was released in 1998 and was the first game created by industry leader Valve Software. Today, you guys probably know Valve mostly for, Steam. They essentially own digital distribution on PCs, despite GOG and Epic Game Store. Everyone buys their games off of Steam. That's just a no-brainer. But back in the day, they were just a couple of guys who had a big dream of making it big in the gaming industry. But they had a hard time actually getting their first game out the door, mostly because every publisher they took the game to thought it was too ambitious for a first-time developer. But they managed to get it done, and they got a deal with Sierra to get it published, and it would go on to become one of the best-selling and most influential games of all time. Those of you who have read my blog probably know I'm not the biggest fan of Half-Life, at least the first game. And it's important to note that I didn't play Half-Life when it initially came out. I would have been 4 years old at the time. Not even 4. No, I would have been 2 at the time, actually. No. Yes, it was 4 years old. But yeah, I didn't play Half-Life at the time. And if I had brought it to my parents, asked them to buy it for me, they likely would have said no. Because my parents actually did check the ESRB rating. But I would play the game in, I want to say, 2013. And I gotta be frank, I did not like it. I didn't understand what the big deal with it was, despite having heard for so many years that this is one of the greatest games of all time. But the weird thing about Half-Life is it's one of those games that I don't particularly like, but I always go back to play it at some point. And I have finished it multiple times, and every time I do play it, I do come to appreciate it more and more, but I still haven't gotten to the point where I can say I enjoy playing it. Now, when I say that, I want to stress, I do not think Half-Life is a bad game, and its influence on the industry at large cannot be defined. It's just not a game I particularly enjoy. I do really love Half-Life 2, and I just finished playing Half-Life Alyx, which is just phenomenal. But the first Half-Life just never did it for me. I'm going to try to explain why as I'm playing, though I have a feeling I'm just going to end up talking about the influence with Half-Life design, so we'll see what happens. This stream may run a bit longer than usual. There is a certain point in the game I want to get to, so we'll see what happens. So let's go ahead, get the game booted up. So, not even a scroll of people responsible for the game. That's a little strange. And I gotta be honest, I'm not a big fan of this splash page either. That render of Freeman always looked a little silly to me, the way he's holding the gun. It's just very strange. And the fact that the title Half-Life is just sitting there at the bottom, that just seems a little strange. Some people may say I'm nitpicking, but like, if you watched the rest of my videos, I always start by talking about the title screen, or in this case, a splash page. So anyway, got this all set up. So let's go ahead and play. And I am going to play on easy here. One, because admittedly I suck at Half-Life. And the other reason is I want to keep things moving. So I don't want to get caught up constantly dying as I play the game. I do like the title Half-Life.
Black Mesa Transit System.
Do a quick
This
sound check.
automated train
Get
is
caught
provided
up.
for the security and convenience of the Black Mesa Research Facility personnel.
Okay, so right away
The
we get
time
into
is 8
probably the most influential aspect of Half-Life, and that is how it chose to tell its story.
degrees.
Half-Life was one of the first games to do what's called a seamless narrative, which means that rather than having the game broken up into levels or cutscenes,
All times.
it's simply just point A to point B, point A being the start of the game here, and point B being the end of the game. I would argue that there were a couple of games that did something similar at the time, but nothing to the degree that Half-Life did. And I love this approach to game design because, especially in a first-person shooter, I did not ask for an update. Why are you doing this? God.
That your identity to the retinal clearance system.
Anyway, what was I saying?
Black Mesa personnel request
I especially like this design in a first-person shooter because it just immerses you in the world more so than like if it was constantly stopping for cutscenes or anything.
due to the high toxicity.
But
routine
one of the issues with this is
no smoking,
that on repeated playthroughs,
permitted within the Black
you do
Mesa
have to sit
Research
through this section every time, which can get a little annoying if you just want to get straight into the action.
all times. Do not attempt to open
It
the
also
doors
means I have time to kill before we actually get to the gameplay, so I guess I should talk about the graphics.
in the event
This game runs off of a combination of
and await
the Quake 1 and Quake 2 engine, sort of cobbled together with Valve's own programming software, and the result is a game engine that's
proceed to an emergency.
is essentially its own beast. According to what I found on Wikipedia, at the end of the day, when they were finished making everything, they estimated that 75% of the game's code was stuff Valve had created. As for how the game looks, for the time I think it's fine. These are some really impressive 3D assets. But one of my biggest issues with Half-Life is really just the overall aesthetic. This is Black Mesa Research, so it is supposed to be a military complex, so it's designed for function rather than form. But that does lead to kind of a bland game world, if you ask me. But that's just my own opinion, and towards the end of the game, when you get into certain sections, you actually do see some really creative art direction. One thing I will say this, though, the game runs like greased lightning. I have played Half-Life on 3 gaming rigs in my lifetime, and it's never once stuttered. I've never had any issues getting it started. I could play this game on a Mac, for crying out loud.
Are available in the areas of materials handling and low clearance.
Do one more sound check.
Please contact
Never once stuttered. I've never had any issues getting it started.
associated areas of theoretical physics, technology, or other high
Yeah, this intro cutscene does, or I want to say cutscene, I can't move around freely,
Mesa Research
but
is an
it does go on a bit too long, doesn't it? It does really immerse you in the world, though. It's especially cool getting to see the world of Half-Life through a VR headset. If you guys have a VR headset, check out Half-Life Alyx because it is so cool. I just did a review on the game. Be sure to check that out.
Missing a scheduled urinalysis or radiation checkup is
Yeah.
grounds for immediate termination.
The G-Man.
If you feel you have been exposed to radioactive or other
You see that
hazardous
pencil neck
materials
all over the
in
place.
your duties,
People who have played this game know what his deal is too.
officer immediately.
Or sort of. They haven't really explained what the G-Man is exactly.
Depends on it.
And they probably never will because you guys probably know as well as me. Valve, for some reason, is terrified of the other three. Alright, here we go.
Please stand back from the automated door and wait for the security officer to verify your identity. Before exiting the train, be sure to check your area for
Yeah, the game
personal
tries to have
belongings.
some directional sound, but I don't think it works terribly well.
And productive day.
Morning, Mr. Freeman. Looks like you're running late.
Yep. You know how it goes. I guess I should talk about the control here. So, Half-Life was sort of revolutionary in that it standardized the use of the WASD keys for movement. Before you had to use the arrow keys, a little awkward, but that has become standard for PCs, and movement is kind of finicky, I would say. Like, I'm just tapping the button and I move to the side a lot, and that's because the style of combat in Half-Life is very phonetic, as was the style at the time. So that's why you move so fast. That's just how FPS games were designed at the time, and that's kind of become a style in and of itself. Like a more realistic shooter, you would have a slower movement speed.
Hey, Mr. Freeman. I have
Sup?
a bunch of messages for you, but we had a system crash about 20 minutes ago, and I'm still trying to find my files. Just one of those days, I guess. They were having some problems down in the test chamber, too, but I think that's all straightened out. They told me to make sure you headed down there as soon as you got into your hazard suit.
Hazard suit. Alright. Like, I haven't played this game before. This way, I think. It's been a while. There's G-Man again, talking to one of my associates. Sup? Gotta be careful around that guy. Okay, I guess this isn't the way I need to go just yet. I need to find the locker room. Is it this way? Yeah.
Hello.
It's a seamless narrative, but it still does have to load.
Ah. Most of the simulation results are perfectly acceptable, you know.
Sure they are. Here we go. Alright, so now we got the hazard suit. So this essentially represents your life bar and armor, just like in a lot of first-person shooters at the time. You have a health bar, then you have an energy meter, and when you have the energy meter filled, that'll go down instead of your health bar. So you want to try to keep both filled if you can. And the music is starting, and I don't know why that's playing here because it's not like I'm doing anything especially exciting right now. Not sure what the deal there is. Just seems silly.
You got the wrong airlock, Mr. Freeman. You know I can't let you through here.
Maybe if I read the signs. This way. This way. There, the music has stopped, thankfully.
Looks like you're in the barrel today.
Yeah, so I'm told. Thanks, guy. Doesn't seem like a lot's going on. And that is one of the problems with Half-Life. There's a lot of downtime between sections of action and everything. And like I was saying with the general aesthetic of the game, like what you've been seeing, that's what you see for a good chunk of the game too. Part of why I don't care a great deal for it. Okay, that was weird. Let me in, dog. Oh, I can't just go in. Gentlemen?
Ah, Gordon. Here you are. We just sent the sample down to the test chamber.
We've boosted the anti-mass spectrometer to 105%. Bit of a gamble, but we need the extra resolution.
The administrator is very concerned that we get a conclusive analysis of today's sample. I gather they went to some lengths to get it.
They're waiting for you, Gordon, in the test chamber.
Okay, why did you have to say it like that? That sounded so ominous. Something really bad is about to happen and you know it, I bet you do. Yeah, it is kind of fun to roleplay in this game because of that.
It's about to go critical.
I'm so screwed. Oh man, why does this thing have to spin? Alright. Hey guys.
I'm afraid we'll be deviating a bit from standard analysis procedures today, Gordon.
Why?
It's but with good reason. This is a rare opportunity for us. This is the purest sample we've seen yet.
And potentially the most unstable.
Now, if you follow standard insertion procedures, you'll be fine.
I don't know how you can say that, although I will admit that the possibility of a resonance cascade scenario is extremely unlikely.
Gordon doesn't need to hear all this.
You said extremely unlikely. How about impossible, you clowns?
Yes, you're right. Gordon, we have complete confidence in you.
Well, go ahead. Let him in now.
Okay, so for people who have played this game, what exactly are they trying to achieve here at Black Mesa? I don't think that's expressly stated in the game. Yeah, lock me in here.
Testing. Everything seems to be in order.
Seems.
All right, Gordon. Your suit should keep you comfortable through all this. The specimen will be delivered to you in a few moments. If you would be so good as to climb up and start the rotors, we can bring the anti-mass spectrometer to 80% and hold it there until the carrier arrives.
Okay, it just kind of looks like a mishmash of polygons and textures, doesn't it? Can't think of a few N64 games that look better than this.
Very good. We'll take it from here.
Power to stage 1 emitters in 3, 2, 1. I'm seeing predictable phase arrays.
Uh-huh. Oh man, this is gonna end badly.
Stage 2 emitters activating now. Gordon, we cannot predict how long the system can operate at this level, nor how long reading will take. Please work as quickly as you can. Capacitors to 105%. It's probably not a problem. Probably, but I'm showing a small discrepancy. Well, no, it's well within acceptable bounds. Sustaining signals. I've just been informed that the sample is ready, Gordon. It should be coming up to you any moment now. Look to the delivery system for your specimen.
It's waits on a life, son. Here we go. Okay, now, before I push this into the beam, you guys are 100% sure that nothing is gonna happen.
Go ahead, Gordon. Slot the carrier into the analysis port.
You guys did do your math, because I did mine.
Are you there? Nothing you need to worry about, Gordon. Go ahead.
Here we go. Oh crap.
Get away from them. Shutting down.
Turn it off, you guys. Let me out. Let me out. Hey. Ah, crap. You idiots. You friggin' idiots. Hey. No. Get me out of here. Open up. What's going on here? What are you guys doing? Oh. Alright, if there's a chance your science could have reality-ending consequences, don't do it unless the chance that things go wrong is 100%. What the? I've seen all this before. Really, I'm just playing this up for fun. Hey guys, what's up? Unforeseen. No. You guys knew something was wrong and you did this anyway. You're all freaking idiots. Alright, let's go see how badly this is screwed up. Oh, that's not good. Is he alive? Hey. Dude, you're doing that wrong. You gotta do it on the chest between the nipples. You're pushing on his stomach right now. I was a lifeguard for 13 years. Okay, I'm gonna let you do that. Wow. I think that guy just got squished. History shows again and again that nature points out the folly of man. Ah, so now it opens. Okay, what? Alright, what'd you idiots do?
I didn't pay listen. We tried to warn them. I never thought I'd see a resonance cascade, let alone create one.
Gordon, you're alive. Thank God for that hazard suit. I'm afraid to move him and all our phones are out. Please, get to the surface as soon as you can and let someone know we're stranded down here. You'll need me to activate the retinal scanners. I'm sure the rest of the science team will gladly help you.
Alright.
Lead the way.
What have we done? Not cool. Better go back for that health pack. Hey, he's alive. Good work, guy. I still don't understand how that worked, though. Alright. Again, seriously? Like, there's just all kinds of crap like this in that game that can just make your health bar disappear. Now we got a friggin' head crab that's coming at me. No, it is kind of cute when you look at it. Wow! Yo, stay away! I should have got the crowbar by now. Did I miss it? Ah, come on, dude. Ah, there it is. Well, I guess I'm not taking the elevator. Normally I would have sympathy for these guys, but they really shouldn't have been screwing around with this in the first place. I'm all for the advancement of science, but not if it puts humanity in jeopardy. Kind of like what's happening with AIs right now. Does that count as science? I got your back, guy. Oh, I got a pistol now. This is a dinky little Beretta, but I'll take it. And this is what happens if a head crab gets a hold of you. Not lots of melee combat, just like in most games. Just go at them, get in a few hits, and back off before they can retaliate. Sorry I couldn't save you, guy. Didn't react fast enough. Gonna save my pistol for now, though. That character model is wonderfully grotesque, though. That's fantastic. Bring it on, guys. Prepare to meet Crowbar Jones. Wonder how many people are gonna get that reference. Like after the stream, we're gonna go watch some We Bare Bears. Yeah, I'm almost dead, so maybe it might be a good idea to bring out that gun until I can get to a health station. I think there was one in here. And it is amazing how fast this place went to hell. Go Spork. Ah, I knew I could get in here. Got some ammo. Obviously a Patriot. Whose is this? Let's see. Here's my locker. Get some energy. That'll keep me alive a little longer. Here we go. Alright, let's get a move on. Switch back to the crowbar. Try to save my ammo for now. And it's easy to get turned around in this game. Happens a lot. Adjust the sound real quick. And it's easy to get... Alright. That doesn't sound good. So, a lot of the time in Half-Life, you're just trying to find your way forward. Which actually isn't terrible design, I would say. I'm gonna take this guy out real quick. Alright, so pistol, pretty standard weapon. Doesn't do much damage, doesn't have much rate of fire, but ammo is pretty common, and it's a hit scan weapon, so... not terribly hard to use. Good workhorse weapon, I would say. Come on. So there's a weird vaulting mechanic where if you push jump and crouch at the same time, Freeman will actually climb up something that he can't otherwise jump on. Which is something that took me a while to figure out when I first played this game. Not very intuitive control there. I thought I could get in there and help them, but I guess not. Dude. I really shouldn't watch that. That'll rot your brain. You okay, guy? I'm gonna say no. Not sure what you call those things, but essentially they shoot out shockwaves, so you just gotta make sure you're outside that area of effect. Hey, dude, a little help. Ah! So you want to keep your distance from those things, so good place to start using the pistol, I would say. Hey, here's something. I can't see it, though. Ah! Shooting actually does feel really good. Gun handling feels great. Oh crap. You okay, guy?
Fine. You won't even know I'm here.
I hope so.
I'll stay here.
Break. Alright, guy, coast is clear. Hey, where'd you go?
Glad to oblige a fellow scientist.
Well, at least these guys know they screwed up and they're trying to help me.
Well,
open that door.
I don't like grant money.
I won't worry about the money right now. Let's just worry about getting out of here. Ooh, more ammo. Ooh, grenades. Helpful. Okay, so this isn't the way I need to go, I guess.
Who is responsible for this mess?
You are. We all are. Let's just hope that the people in charge understand that. They don't, you know, send a death squad to clean up the mess or anything crazy like that. I won't worry about that, though. The government isn't that crazy. Where? Wow! Frickin' Bordegon. In retrospect, I actually do feel bad about shooting that guy. Those guys actually turned to allies in Half-Life 2, so they're alright. They're probably just scared. Not wasting my money.
No!
Stupid head crabs. You okay in there, guy? Alright, you stay there, hold down the fort. I'm gonna go get help. Ah. Need to stop wasting my ammo. Okay, if I remember correctly, I turn that nozzle, and then I go up. But do I go up there, or is there another way I gotta go? That's the way I gotta go. Ah. Get out of the water. Ah, there we go. Well, I kinda wish I had killed you. Hideous. Makes me think of the Thing now that I think about it. Remember the scene where they go to use the AED and pushes through the chest and it turns into a mouth with teeth? Ugh. Oh crap. Hey! Did you just shoot come at me? I better not slip off the edge here, otherwise I'm gonna be pissed. Enough with the head crabs already. Just keep coming. Better just fill up my ammo and call it health and call it a day. Okay, now we get into one of the more frustrating aspects of Half-Life for me, and that's platforming. Now, platforming and first-person shooters typically don't go... You little bugger. Typically don't go well together because a big part of platforming is spatial awareness, where you are in relation to, you know, your environments. So because of that in a first-person perspective, it's kind of hard to do. And Half-Life generally is a pretty good example of why it's such an issue, especially with the movement controls, which were designed for phonetic combat, not necessarily tight platforming. So that section wasn't really that bad because I could just stick to the wall. But there are some sections that can be absolutely aggravating. So I got a new enemy to worry about. This thing right here. So with this thing, there's something I want to talk about, and that's projectiles versus hit scan. So this guy right here, his attack is projectile. You can see the projectile, and because of that, you can just move out of the way of it. Now, my pistol is hit scan, so for me to hit this guy, I just gotta put the cursor there and fire away, and he instantly takes damage. Now, I wanted to explain that difference because I feel like I've said that a lot in a few shooter streams I've done. And I want to make sure people are clear on the difference because it will come into play later. So I need to figure out how to get down from here. Pretty sure I don't want to jump in that green gunk. I can't remember, honestly. Just drop down here. Good. Oh, so now you open. It's really easy to get hung up on crap in this game. Oh, I guess that's how I get down. Okay. Okay, so I need to go... You gotta look out for these things. That's basically a big barnacle on the ceiling with teeth, so... Guess I can go on this stuff. Wouldn't recommend swimming in that, though. You get way through this. It does kind of make you feel like John McClane in Die Hard. Here's the part that I always think about when I think of crap design in Half-Life. Why do I say that? Because I have to platform across these boxes over a bottomless pit. Remember when I first played this game, I hated this section because I would die and I would be sent back. And the reason for that was I did not know how quick saves work. So, like, for one, just getting over this railing. Ugh. Okay, gonna save again. Jump over here. Now I'm gonna jump to this next one. Ugh. See, I thought I was gonna fall right there. I had no idea where I was gonna land. In recent years, people actually have figured out how to do first-person platforming right, and how they do that is they'll have visual cues to indicate like that you're close enough to actually make the jump, and they usually have some kind of bolting technique. So you jump, and if you come up short, your character will catch hold of it and pull themselves up. You see that a lot in Half-Life and the Doom 4. Just glad I didn't die on that part. Okay, made it to the other side. Looks like we got an elevator. Now I'm just praying this thing doesn't give out on me like it did with those other poor saps. Office complex. The stream actually is flying by. Alright, 8:45. Well, I'm not going that way.
With my brains and your brawn, we'll make an excellent team.
Guy, how about you open the door? Fine, I'll see if there's another way around. Thought I could break that with the pistol, but I guess I gotta get closer. Pray I don't get zapped.
I refuse to go another step.
Yeah. Got a nice flashlight. Yeah, it's not worth going in there, I would say. Oh, so now you open the door.
Is extremely improbable.
I think it's probable.
I certainly hope you know what you're doing.
I hope so too. I was gonna say, dude, don't walk right into that thing. Coming. Not very good at pathfinding these guys, are they? You want to open the door, guy?
This is as far as I go.
Fine. See if I can break this window. If I can get on this stupid table. I am not concerned with that in the slightest right now. We are not allowed to do science anymore. We cannot be trusted. Whoa. Hello, beautiful. Guess I'm not going in there. What? Why are all these boxes here anyway? It is fun to whack things with the crowbar, though. Hey, buddy, can you give me a hand? Hey, look out.
Got one.
Saved your life, guy. Got myself a SPOS 12 now, ain't that nice?
Died down here.
Yeah, it was that thing.
Okay, why not? Didn't want to die alone anyway.
Neither did I, guy, neither did I.
That'll look nice in my trophy room.
Dude. Not time and place. Coming?
I'll stay here and guard this. Roger that. Let's run like hell.
Well, I guess you aren't gonna open this door, so you're kind of useless to me, guy. That is the smell of science gone awry. I just gotta get through here without jumping in the water. Like that. Okay, it should be safe now. Okay, who wants to go down the... Ah! You little. That's just freaking cheap. Ooh, that could have been bad. Could have taken my head off. Almost like it took a head crab out, too. Okay, here's another part that always frustrates me. Okay, that wasn't the part, but there's a part later in the game where you're going through an air vent, and it gives out on you like that. And for some reason, it's at the right height to where it will kill you instantly, unless you happen to land on a table right underneath it that happens to have health items on it. And as it's the same height here, and yet it doesn't kill you for some reason. I mean, it's so inconsistent.
Place is a lot bigger. Yeah, we might stand a better chance if we team up.
Agreed. So it seems like I'm doing most of the work. Come on, guy. Will you get in here?
My luck has to change sooner or later.
Stop it.
Okay, I'll secure this area.
You know what? You just stay here. I'll go alone. Unless I need him to open that door.
Yeah, let's go. You go on without me.
Open this door so it's easier for him to...
Okay, we might live longer if we work together.
Okay, good. Now open the door. Okay, I guess I don't need this guy.
I'll wait here.
Oh. Didn't notice there was a ladder here. Come on, Freeman. And of course, there's more head crabs. We've been over this guy. Wah, 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 wah. Now we got turrets to worry about. That beeping is gonna drive me crazy. Nice shooting, Tex.
See that shot?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, I'll cover you. We better be careful.
That doesn't sound good. What are you shooting at?
Bring it on!
So the shotgun has two modes of fire, just a standard blast, but it also has a secondary fire, which essentially like firing off a double barrel shotgun blast, which doesn't really make sense considering this is a single barrel weapon. Sure is satisfying to use though, that's for sure. Alright, nothing of an interest in here. It's a satisfying shotgun blast. Sound design, I've never been a big fan of Valve games, but I'll be the first to admit they have great sound design. Just the cocking of that shotgun, that's just beautiful.
I just overheard a secure access transmission. Soldiers have arrived, and they're coming to rescue us. Of course,
Sweet.
sounds like we'll live long enough to greet them.
Man, you're a pessimist.
Yes, let's go. I'm going to
Right.
stay here and wait for my colleagues.
Alright, fair enough. Oh crap. Ah man! Not cool. Ugh. Enough with the friggin' head crabs. Alright. So yeah, the Vortigaunt aren't terribly hard to deal with. Their attack is hit scan, but it's got such a long wide up, they usually have enough room to break their sight.
Hey, Gordon.
How's it going,
Hey,
eh?
what the hell are you doing down here? Get topside. I hear troops are coming in to save us.
Sweet. I'll get right on that.
Right target range time. Hey, out today.
Alright. Ah. Like, kill all you little bastards. Yeah. Can't believe I'm touching that. So, it's a meat locker. Why is there a meat locker in here? Ah, you little... Whoa. Bad dog. Where'd you go, guy? Oh crap. I meant to stop that. Oh, I guess I gotta time it. Where do these bones come from? I don't even want to know what's been going on here. Oh, there you are, guy.
Just look at that.
You look at that. I'm working on getting out of here, guy. We're already past the hour mark, but like I said, there's a certain point in the game I want to get to before I call it quits. I think it's just up ahead. Just gotta get past this part. Alright, any head crabs in here? Evidently. Why do there have to be head crabs in here? It's just annoying. Yippee, more human bones. This looks inviting. Guess I can't take that thing out. And thingamabobber. Alright, where am I now?
on the cavalry finding us down here. Head for the surface. Elevators are out of order, but we can still climb.
Alright. Ah, enough with the head crabs. I know you're behind this, you flat-top bastard. Whoa, dude.
You are from the anomalous material class, yes.
Oh, crap. Okay, he's willing to jump through a window to escape, but he's not willing to help me fight these things off. You predicted all of it, and yet you still let it happen.
I never suspected such things could be.
If you never suspected such things could be, you're a terrible scientist. You're supposed to be open to the possibility of things not being as you expect. Haven't you ever seen Ghostbusters? Okay, so now I gotta go for that. Gonna save. Gongala! Crap. Alright, let's try this again. Gongala! Crap. Perfect what I'm saying about being aware of your space. I'm running, but I get to what I think is the edge and I hit my head there. Let's try this again. Ah, come on! There we go. Well, I guess I better get up there and help him. Hang on, guy. I'm coming. Sorry, guy. I'm honestly a little annoyed that I'm finding that humorous. I think it's because of the voice acting. Alright.
For God's sake, open the silo door! They're coming for us! It's our only way out! Oh my God, we're
Nope. You know, for a scientist, these guys are really dumb. Alright, so... gotta be mindful of these things. I step through these lasers, and a machine gun's gonna turn on. Fortunately, I don't see any way around this, so I'm going to quick save, and just bum rush it. Gongala! Why did you have to spawn a head crab there? What sense does that make? Stupid head crabs. Enough with the head crabs. Alright, so obviously you don't want to cross that thing because then it explodes, so I gotta jump over this thing. I gotta go under it. And the shotgun's power output's of course balanced by the fact that it takes a while to reload. Should be coming up on where I want to stop here soon. Okay, don't want to set off that thing, but just in case, gonna get the shotgun out. Aw, crap. And I think if you brush up against those things, it sets them off too, so... Stupid head crabs. So annoying. I think I know what to do about this. Nah, I'm safe. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, another fine example of level design here. Probably shouldn't have done that now that I think about it. But yeah, the idea is you're supposed to jump over this, but you gotta be sure you go that way, otherwise you fall down the hole there, because this area is slippery right here. Ugh. Okay, nice and easy now. You know, I saw the G-Man up there. I should have took a shot at him.
Rescued at last. Thank God you're here.
Whoa, whoa! Hey, I respect members of the armed forces, but that wasn't cool. Okay, so as expected, these guys are out to kill everyone, which isn't good. Alright, so now we encounter the human soldiers, and this is... I wanted to get to this part of the game because this is sort of where the game starts to fall apart. I mean, it's already had issues before, but when you start finding the human enemies, that's where it starts to get aggravating. And it's because the soldiers are all hit scan enemies, which is fine. In games like Doom, Doom had hit scan enemies too, but they're usually mixed in with the projectile enemies. And their purpose was, as you're playing and dealing with the more powerful enemies with projectiles, they would be pecking away your health, but the soldiers here like, their damage output is more akin to what you would see in Call of Duty. And what that means is if they can see you, they can just take out a good chunk of your health right away. So that's a pain in the butt. And it's also here where you realize that there isn't a whole lot to the shooting in Half-Life either. You just kind of put the crosshair there and hold the button. It's just not as deep or complex as, say, Doom. Okay, let's see if I can get through here. Frick!
Don't shoot! I'm with the science team!
Alright, where are you? I hear you, but I can't see you. It is kind of messed up when you think about it, though. Like, in Doom, the human enemies you fought were possessed, or demonized, or whatever you want to call them. But in Half-Life, the human enemies you face, these are members of the United States military. These are, you know, good guys who are just under some really messed up orders, and they could have families, they could have brothers, and I'm kind of having to gun them down because they've been ordered to kill me. I mean, that's a little messed up for this, isn't it? I don't like doing that, for the record, and I don't want to kill these guys, but I kind of don't want to die more than they do. So yeah, it's just the problem with the shooting. Because it's hit scan, you have to be out in the open to hit them. But if you're out in the open, they can hit you. They can really eat away at your health. It's just not a very good system. I don't think Valve understood what they were doing, what id was doing with the hit scan enemies in their game. Because it just makes the shooting feel really sloppy here. Alright, up we go. That gun is really nicely rendered though, isn't it? Not gonna pretend like I know what kind of gun that is though. Maybe an AR-15? Maybe a Colt Commando? What's that? Not cool. I'm out of here. I guess we'll play until 9:30. Careful. Okay, can't go out that way.
I killed 12 dumbass scientists and not one of them fought back. This sucks.
Okay, so maybe these guys are deranged psychopaths. You guys could at least pretend to have some guilt about this. Just trying to find the way out. Worth a shot. Maybe I can just squeeze through this propeller here. Up, I can. Up. Spoke too soon. I can't see anything. Okay, that was actually my gun. All right. Dead ends. It's kind of cool how when you go through the light, the shading on your character model does change.
Well, so much for the government. Their idea of containment is to kill everyone associated with the project. Judging from your hazard suit, I'd say you were part of what went wrong. Isn't that right? Now look,
yeah.
If anyone can end this catastrophe, it's the science team in the Lambda complex at the opposite end of the base. With the transit system out, I couldn't tell you how to get there. But there's an old decommissioned rail system somewhere through here, beyond the silo complex. If you can make it through the rocket test labs, you might be able to worm your way through the old tunnels to track down whatever's left of the Lambda team. You can trust them. You can trust all of us. Good luck.
If you say so, guy. I think that's where we're going to call it for the night. Okay, so Half-Life. It's not one of my favorites. There are some things I really do like about it. I do like the seamless narrative. Just the story itself isn't very good, but the way it's told is what makes it special. Yeah, to be honest, that's all I really like about Half-Life. The graphics don't do it for me. The gameplay just has a lot of really annoying issues. You're always getting hung up on stuff. There shouldn't be platforming in a game like this. And when you're fighting the aliens, the combat is fine, but when you start fighting the soldiers, not so much. So, yeah, it's still an influential title. It's still a classic, but that's after you look past all its flaws. It's not this timeless masterpiece that a lot of people make it out to be. And there is Black Mesa, which is a ground-up remake from the game made by fans, but all that really does is update the graphics, and they tweak some aspects of the gameplay in ways that don't really help anything. I guess the big question is what I recommend Half-Life, and that's kind of a tough question. If you're a fan of first-person shooters and you've never played Half-Life, you're probably going to be like me and not like it. This is just so different from modern first-person shooters, and not really in a good way, I'd say. I'd probably recommend Half-Life 2 or Half-Life Alyx instead, but even then you might be missing something if you play those games without playing the first Half-Life. I guess I would recommend playing Half-Life, if anything, just because of the impact it had on the industry, and because it's so damn cheap. That is one thing I want to commend Valve for. In a day and age where companies are so unwilling to release their old games on new consoles, Valve, even though they don't make games anymore, they're at least really good at keeping up with the games they've made. So Half-Life, Half-Life 2, Portal, Left 4 Dead, Counter-Strike, Team Fortress 2, they've all kept up with it, and because of that, the game always runs well on modern systems. They're always tweaking to make sure it stays up to date, which is good. And also, dirt cheap. I think you can get Half-Life on Steam for $5 or $10, and it goes on sale so frequently, you could probably get it for less than $1 if you're lucky. That's part of the reason why I got it when I first started getting into PC gaming, because it was just so cheap at the time. But yeah, that's Half-Life. Recommended. Just keep in mind it's going to be a little janky compared to what you're used to. So if you guys enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. I do these videos every week at 8 o'clock on Saturday, barring some instances where I deviate from the schedule. And I've decided to make it a point not to say what I'm going to be playing next, but next week I know we are going to be getting back into the Sonic series. We got the next game on the list is Sonic Spinball, and then after that a bunch of Game Gear games. So I decided I'm just going to throw a bunch of them all together into one stream. So we're going to look at Sonic Spinball, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, both the Genesis and the Game Gear versions. And we're also going to look at Sonic Drift 2, so stay tuned for that. Anyway, you guys have a good work week, have a good night, and we'll see you guys next time.